Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A quick reminder of our top stories now. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo meets with APC leaders in Delta State, says change is coming as PDP calls visit an attempt to subvert the electoral process during governorship polls. A group of presidential candidates asked Atiku Abubakar not to challenge presidential election results in court. PDP demands release of Atiku's son-in-law. Federal High Court in Abuja orders final forfeiture of property belonging to late Chief of Defense Staff Alex Badeh. And Venezuela's self-declared interim leader Juan Guaido returns to continue protests against President Nicolas Maduro. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. The insecurity in Benue and Zamfara State is far from over, as reports from both states says that attacks by armed men have claimed over 30 lives. In Benue State, for instance, the government has confirmed that 16 people were allegedly killed by herdsmen in Gagi community of Gwer West Local Council. Confirming that attack to Channels Television, the special advisor to Governor Samuel Ortom on security, Colonel Paul Hemba, retired, says that the local government chairman, Mr. Francis Ayaga, told him 16 people were killed. And in Zamfara State, there are reports that armed bandits have attacked two communities of Shinkafi and Anka local government areas, killing at least 20 people. You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, reaching you live from Lagos. Let's switch over to our Abuja studios now, where Ibrahim Adra is standing by to take us through a couple more stories. Ibrahim.
Many thanks indeed, Gimba. Let's begin from the Federal High Court here in Abuja, which has convicted Yalikam Nigeria Limited, a company connected to the late Chief of Defense Staff Alex Badeh, of corruption and money laundering charges. In his judgment delivered in the suit filed against late Badeh and his company by the EFCC, Justice Okon Abang ordered that all properties of the company listed in the charge be forfeited to the federal government. Mr. Badeh and his company were standing trial on 14 counts charges of criminal breach of trust and money laundering, amongst others. Justice Abang also terminated the charges filed against the late Air Chief and ordered the winding down of the company on the request of Badeh's counsel. The court's decision was, however, predicated on a plea bargain reached by both the defense and prosecution counsel. Air Chief Marshal Badeh was killed while returning from his farm in Nasarawa State a few days to the opening of his defense in his trial. And with a few days to the governorship elections, a federal high court in Kano has nullified the People's Democratic Party PDP governorship candidacy for not conducting primaries. The court, presided by Justice Ambrose Lewis Alagoa, ruled that the purported nomination of Abba Kabir as governorship candidate of the PDP is null and void. Counsel to the plaintiff, Kabir Usman, says the PDP would have to provide another governorship candidate before the coming polls. The People's Democratic Party counsel, Bashir Yusuf, says the verdict does not affect Abba Kabir as a candidate, but the PDP as a party. According to him, the PDP will obey court order asking the party to organize another primaries within 14 days from the day of the judgment. The PDP gubernatorial aspirant, Ali Amin Little, had approached the court challenging the process that led to the emergence of Abba Kabir Yusuf as PDP gubernatorial candidate in Kano. And still in the court, a Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja has dismissed a suit seeking the disqualification of the Adamawa State Governor, Mr. Mohammed Bindo, from participating in Saturday's governorship election over alleged certificate forgery. A group, Incorporated Trustees of Kingdom Human Rights Foundation International, had alleged that Governor Bindo had supplied false information to the Independent National Electoral Commission in his INEC form CF001. They also alleged that he purported to have sat for the West African Examination Council in June 1983 and possess General Certificate of Education (GCE) issued by the examination body. They also accused the governor of falsely declaring his date of birth. In a judgment delivered by Justice Olukayode Adeni, the court held that it lacked the territorial jurisdiction to entertain the matter. Justice Adeni adds that there are no legal basis or justification for the claimant to have traveled to Abuja, where the said form was published in Adamawa State. Justice Adeni highlighted that any ventilation of the claimant must be at the Federal High Court in Adamawa or a State High Court in the state. Now, in keeping to his resolve to continue to open areas that are of strategic importance, Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has inspected roads connecting communities in Ozobulu, Isofia, Nimo, Abagana, Atina, and Nando. And this is to ensure that economic activities continue to be viable in the areas in order to enhance better life, provide smooth transportation, and ensure accelerated revenue generation for the state. Governor Obiano assures of completion of the project before the rains come, as he has mobilized the contractors.
The popular Odoji Road in Ozubulu has been of serious concern to the people of Anambra State and Governor Obiano, who awarded the contract early in January. Work has already commenced on the 3.5-kilometer road. There is joy and excitement in the air as the governor comes for an inspection. And in their numbers, members of the community troop out to welcome and appreciate him. One of the community leaders commends the governor's efforts in the state and appeals to him to also see to the construction of another strategic road in Ozubulu, one that connects 3 communities.
That Udoji Road, which everybody has been complaining, work is going on now. We take him for that. What is remaining is Ozubulu Mbosupo Road.
The Commissioner for Works gives the assurance that work will soon start on the road, as the redesigning has already been completed to ensure that flood does not wreak havoc in the area again. The inspection team then heads for Isofia, where the governor receives commendation again, this time for breaking a 12-year jinx by constructing the federal road that leads to several communities in the state, with links also to Imo State. Former Central Bank Governor Professor Charles Soludo and his Isofia people will receive the governor here. From the market area, the governor is led to inspect the 2.5-kilometer road. After listening to the commissioner and the contractor, the governor says he's satisfied with the quality of work done.
This is a federal road that the governor of Anambra has taken over and asphalted it. This is history that has been made today.
I want to let you know that I am very serious about the works I do around here. I'm not playing politics with any of my roads.
The final road inspected is the 2-kilometer Nimo to Abagana road. Members of the community here also praise Governor Obiano for the transformation of their community. When the roads are completed, the governor promises the people that he will furnish them with street lights and reflective signposts. The people are expectant that the roads will be completed before the rainy season.
Let's now return to Gimba and the rest of the team in our Lagos studios for more on the news at 10.
Brilliant. Many thanks indeed, Ibrahim. The Cross River State government has purchased and delivered groundnut deshelling machines alongside vegetable oil extractors to the popular groundnut producing community in Bekwara local government area of the state. This donation by the government also comes as a prayer answered for the community. During a previous visit, Channels Television discovered that members of the community used their bare hands to deshell groundnuts, a process they described as tiring. While they await the installation of the machines and the commencement of its usage, the state governor, Professor Ben Ayadi, is also promising the Bekwara people a full-blown groundnut factory ahead of his second term in office.
The people of Bekwara in Garkim local government area of Cross River State are predominantly farmers and have quite a few crops in abundance, such as groundnut. But what should have been their comparative advantage never materialized. Right from time, production of groundnut had been entirely manual. Each nut painstakingly selected and removed from the shell before being bagged and taken to the market for sale. However, low production output and attendant profit loss have been their lot.
My candid appeal and advice to the government is, as you can see, our ladies and moms are using their bare hands to do the peeling. If the government can assist by providing the machine or the engine, which will help our people to change from using manual hand.
Fortunately, their appeals have not gone unnoticed. Months after their concerns were registered, the state government is providing the shelling machines as well as other equipment for extracting groundnut oil. This is relieving in many ways for a community that supplies groundnut to other parts of the country.
We are so delighted for the good work that the governor has been doing for this community. We appreciate him because he lives by his words.
We recognize the fact that most times you go to buy groundnut oil, what you get is an adulterated product. But with the advent and the supply of this machine, one will be able to get pure, unadulterated groundnut oil.
The groundnut we break here we sell it even to Lagos, to Aba, we sell it to Akwa Ibom and Calabar. The machine given to us today will enhance us to move forward and make sure that we also break or deshell groundnut that will serve the whole country.
The government says more support is planned for groundnut producers.
Groundnut production is very, very, very primary here. Almost every household does. We decided that we would not put the factory in one location. So we made provision for 4 locations. So Paramount Ruler, you will liaise with your chiefs, with my political leaders of Bekwara, to agree on the places to site them.
The people of Bekwara look forward to the speedy installation of the machines in order to start reaping the benefits.
Still ahead on the news at 10. UBA, UK taps into global trade through London. Join us again.